Hi, good morning everybody. Welcome to Strength Basics. It is our Building a Stronger You channel, and today we're going to do some basic movements on the floor. So if you have a mat, I like to go barefoot. If you have shoes on, that's okay too, but we're going to do all our movements pretty much on the floor, doing some strength and some mobility and some flexibility movements as we start. So we are just going to actually start, and we're going to start in a seated position as you would kind of maybe in yoga. And we're going to start, and we're just going to check in with our hips and check in with our lower back. And if you can, make it to a nice seated position here with your legs crossed. We're going to ask that you do that. If you have a blanket or pillow that you want to sit on, you can go ahead and sit on that blanket or pillow. And I'm going to have your hands just nice and wiggly on your knees. We're just going to check in with our hips, okay? We're going to check in with our hips, but we're going to sit up nice and tall. So as we move forward, we're just going to create some circles in clockwise position and check in and see where we feel throughout our hips. Now in our strength and conditioning, our strength basics, any of the classes that I do here at the Evolve Studio, you'll get a little bit of everything. So flexibility, mobility, agility, just actual strength, power, that type of thing. So we're just going to bring it down a little bit today and work a little bit on that mobility, kind of that core strength. So let's meet back in the middle and go ahead and do a couple of circles then in the clockwise position. As you do your circles in the clockwise position, we are going to check in. How do we feel? Do we feel our sit bones sitting on the floor? And as we kind of do a circle leading with our heart, do we feel any tightness throughout our right hip, our left hip, our lower back? Breaths in, breaths out as we come through here. Good, we're gonna take another circle, and then you're going to go ahead and meet me right in the seated position. If this is comfortable for you, we're gonna stay here for a moment. If you would rather bring your feet out, you can do that too, whatever you might be more comfortable with, you can do that also. So we're gonna sit up nice and tall. In this, what I'm gonna have you do, either way, we're going to take our right arm up and try to reach our middle of our back. So we're going to check our shoulder mobility here a little bit. If we can grab our second hand and reach back for that hand, we can do that and see if we can touch those hands together. We're just checking in with our mobility here, seeing how we feel, upper body. This is one of the assessments that I will do with clients and folks just to check that shoulder mobility. It may change throughout the day, it may change throughout the week, the year, just depends on how we're feeling, what we're doing, and what kind of motions our body is going through. Good, we're gonna release that side, shake it out a little bit. Second side, up and over. You may feel, it's very, very common that one side is tighter than the other, or one side is more mobile than the other. No problem at all, we'll move through this. Good, big inhales, big exhales. Good. Checking in, again, at this point, at the beginning, we're just checking in to see how we feel, see what might be tight, see where we might feel some tenderness. Take an inhale, take an exhale. We're gonna shake it out just a little bit. From here, let's just go ahead and roll our shoulders back. So give me some shoulder rolls. Good movement. All the way back, starting with little circles. Good, let's add bigger circles. So I'm gonna come all the way forward and all the way back. Good, many times we do shoulder rolls as part of our warm-up. We may do shoulder rolls as part of our cool down. We also may do shoulder rolls in our chair yoga or other yoga classes. Very good for mobility. We're gonna stop in the center and taking small little circles forward. Good, in here I'm active, my core is active, I'm sitting up nice and tall. Good, small circles. Let's take those small circles and let's turn them into big circles. So really thinking about tracing that full moon with your shoulders. Good, big breath in. Big breath out. Good, shake it on out. We are now going, if you're already here, great. If you haven't been here, we're gonna actually go ahead and come into a nice seated position here. So our feet are out. We're going to take, you can grab your knees and you're just gonna lean back. So when you lean back, I want you to tighten that core up. with this nice tight core, I don't want you to bring your shoulders forward. I want your shoulders down and away. Okay, our first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna let those hands go. So let them go like you're nice and strong, like somebody's gonna come and run and give you a big hug and you're gonna brace yourself, okay? So we're bracing ourselves here. Nice and strong. In this position, what I want you to do is one toe at a time. We're just going to touch our toe and come right back. So I'm not gonna lean forward. I'm just going to bring it in and touch that toe. Good. So side to side, opposite toe, opposite arm, nice tight core, nice strong throughout. I am also engaging my legs here, side to side. You may see this pose too in some Pilates movements. Again, we're all kind of married together. A lot of movements, just, what do you call it? Pilates, yoga lattes, strength, core conditioning. Good. We're gonna do one more on each side, starting right now. Good, and come up and let's hug those knees in. Big inhale, big exhale. Good, coming back. Tightening up that core again. You can reach for those knees, we can be here. Next, we're gonna just take one leg up and down. Now you can release those. You can even hover. So again, we're here is number one, okay? Here, we're at number two. Or we can hover. Hover, or maybe we hover and good. Hover and touch. Or we hover. One more each side starting. Now. Good. Take those knees in. Hold them on in. Sit up nice and tall. Great. Good. Let's come to all fours with me. So now we're going to work on our bottom a little bit. So from here, I'm going to have you take your right leg out. So your right leg is going to be out nice and long. We're going to push that heel away, get a nice stretch throughout that lower leg. Come back up, and we're going to hold that leg up. So that knee is going to be directly facing the floor. So my hips are still square. I don't want to open up at all. My hips are still nice and square. Everything is stacked. And I really want to think about flexing that butt cheek, okay? So from here, we're going to just kick up, small little kicks. Good. If that bothers your knee that is on the floor, you can grab a blanket or a pillow or something. Good. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that up in the air. Good. From there, we're going to bring our heel in and out. In and out. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Good, coming back. Second side. So as I shift here, I'm gonna take that leg out. First, I'm gonna keep my toes on the floor. I'm gonna push that heel away, so I'm gonna get a really nice stretch throughout that bottom leg. Good, then take that leg up, and I'm gonna hold it there. My toe is pointing towards the floor. My hips are still square. I don't want to open them up. I want to square them off. Good. And baby kicks. Straight leg. Breathing through this. Everything is active. So even my leg down here is active as I hold myself. I'm in almost like an active plank position up on the top body. Good. We're going to go 6, and then we're going to hold that up. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, holding, and then my heel goes towards my butt, my bottom, and my butt, my butt. Good. Here we go. Right now, we got 4. Squeezing that butt. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Coming down. From here, where I'm going to have you do is we are going to just wag our tail. So I'm in a nice, strong position, and I'm just going to take my hip out to the side, back to the center, and the other hip out to the side. Good. After that movement, we're just going to stretch out a little bit. Side to side as we wag our tail from side to side. Good. Moving into hip mobility. So we're on all fours. Again, here, nice and strong. I'm gonna just shift here a little bit so my knees are both on the mat. And everything is stacked. So shoulders are stacked on top of elbows, which are stacked on top of wrists, and my hips are stacked right above my knees. Okay, I'm gonna keep my hips square to the mat. So I do not wanna open up my hips at all towards the outside. I'm going to take my right knee and I'm just gonna do some circles with my hip, but I'm gonna try to keep my hip square. So I'm bringing my knee into my elbow, opening it up, and then kicking it out. So that entire motion there, kind of thinking about a hip circle in a clockwise motion. And then we switch directions. So kick, open, back around. Good. So using throughout my hip, I am activating that other side, that left side, so I can keep my hips square to the mat. So I'm not opening up, okay? Switching sides. So switching sides in our second direction here, second side, same thing. We're gonna go clockwise. Good. So clockwise is all around, opening up. Good. Inhales and exhales as we do this. Good movement throughout our hips. Hips is where we store a lot of our stress, switching the directions of our hip circle. Good. One more. Back to center. Same thing, we're going to wag that tail. Get through that outer hip. Good. Good. Now creating a little bit of warmth or strength throughout our front body or our top body. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you bring your hips up, and we're going to come into kind of a pike position. So a pike position is also very similar to a down dog in the yogi world. So I'm going to bring my hips up. Pike position is I'm right kind of over my shoulder. So if I wanted to kick up into a handstand, my hands would brace me. So everything is active here. Okay, so I'm going to hold myself here. And what I'm going to invite you to do is just do a little pike push up. So from here, we're just going to push down and up. So our elbows go out wide, and we're going to try to do 7 more, so a total of 8. This hair is in my way. All right, here we go. Ready? We did 1. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beautiful, and hold ourselves up. Breath in, breath out, nice and tall. Coming back down nice and easy. Shaking on our hands. Good. Give me a prayer position with those hands. Good. From prayer position, what I want you to do is take those fingers, point them right at your heart. Good. Nice opener of our forearms here. Excuse me, hanging upside down. Maybe you have a tickle in my throat for some reason. Good, back forward, big inhale, exhale back. Inhale, exhale to your heart. Good, shake them on out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We are going to come to a nice position, seated on our knees. Good. From here, our seated knee position, I want your arms are gonna be nice and long out. So nice and tall and strong. Here we go for some strength, okay? But we're not gonna use any weight. We're gonna hold our arms out to a nice T. Good, my palms are down, so I'm gonna maybe need to scooch back a little bit here so everybody can see. Palms are down. Breath in, breath out. Good, nice and hold. This is gonna be an arm series. Good, let's take those palms and let's shine them towards the sky. Good, make fists for me. Good, let's bring those arms in and out. In and out. Shoulders are still down away from the ears. That tickle. I don't know, hanging upside down. Tickled me up a little. 8, 7, now we're gonna hold them out. 4, 3, 2, hold. If you'd rather do this standing, you can certainly do this standing. You can do this seated in a chair. This is just really good arm work for us. Good, release those hands. Back down we go. Good, we're gonna add our twist. So I'm gonna go one side, other side. Shoulders are still down away from the ears. We don't want any shoulder earrings. One more on each side starting now. Then we hold it out. Good. Here we go, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out. Nice job rocking it today. See, simple movements. Keep it simple. Doesn't need to be hard, keep it simple. We're gonna warm everything up, everything is active. Great series, great movements. Shake it all out. You can add some shoulder rolls back, shoulder rolls forward. Shake it on out. And then I like to finish exactly how we started. So coming into our seated position, sitting up nice and tall, we can do a couple of circles in one direction and check in. How do we feel? Any additional movement in there? We move back in center, and that's it. That's what we have for the day. So 15 to 20 minutes-ish and ready to rock. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next week.